Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whim Studio. Hey guys, I'm trying it out. I'm trying to do a live Flosstube. So welcome. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of November. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So I'm going to start out by saying Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I know this year with the COVID and everything, it's been a big challenge for everyone. And I know people can't get together with families like they normally would. We were going to have like 25 people, but now it's just down to, because it's just that way. We just want to be safe. And with Christmas coming up, it's like, I don't want to risk anyone getting sick. And so anyways, it's just going to be Kevin and me and the boys and Bree and Eric and the grandkids. So it's going to be really small and quiet, but I'm still making every single dish I normally would, which is going to be way too much food for such a small gathering, but that's okay. So I am going to go ahead and do this floss tube as if I'm not live. And then at the end, if I see questions and things, I can do a little chit chat with you guys at the end of the video. Okay. So I'm just going to continue on. Life, what's been going on? Well, other than working on our basement, we finished the other half of the basement as far as like getting it all painted. And so that feels good. The whole basement is painted now. Super excited to have that done. And then last Thursday, of course, had the grandkids, and Easton started to say words, and Ellery's just talking almost nonstop. And it's funny because I understand very little of what she's saying. I mean, it is a whole language of her own, and I don't know, it'll get easier, obviously, but I just adore those kids and we have so much fun. And then I've been working on my punch needle. I sent out my newsletter, which I couldn't believe it. When I went to do my newsletter, I hadn't sent one out since last November. So it was a year. So I'm going to try to be better at that. I think it would be good to maybe do a newsletter every time I have a new release. That makes sense. That would be 3 to 4 times a year, and that's plenty. And then, so from that newsletter, Etsy's been just blowing up. I'm guessing it's because of the newsletter. I also added all of my new releases to my Etsy shop. So anyways, Kevin and I have been just shipping orders like crazy, and tis the season. I mean, people are buying gifts and things, so it's all good. It's all good. And I've also been working on the designs for the Patreon, and I cannot tell you how excited I am about this one design. It's called Winter, and it's either going to be Winter Garden or Winter Bouquet, but I love it. I just finished designing it this morning. So anyway, I have a couple more things to design, and the 1st of December, I will upload those to Patreon. What else? Okay, I have a video that I'm going to post on December 1st, and it's really exciting, and I'm just going to give you a hint. The video is going to be about something that you're going to want to put on your Christmas tree. It's something that's been in the works for a while, and it was in collaboration with somebody else. So anyways, I'm going to record the video. I was planning on doing it today, but it is going on 3 o'clock. I normally don't work the day before Thanksgiving because I'm so busy preparing the food and getting the house ready and everything. But since it's just immediate family, just the kids and the grandkids, a lot of that work I've been relieved of a lot of that work. But anyways, I really thought I would be back up at the house by now and at least making the pumpkin pie, making the cranberry sauce, and getting a lot of the food prep done. So I don't think I'm going to record that other video today. I'll record it Friday, but it won't be actually uploaded to my Flosstube channel until Tuesday. So December 1st is the day. So make sure maybe I'll make like an event for it so that people don't miss out on it, because it's pretty exciting. Anyways, enough of the teasing. I'm going to move on. Let's see. I think that's it for announcements. Okay, so let's go into questions and answers. We got Kathy. She asked, have you ever thought about designing phone cases, putting my art on phone cases? I actually have done that. The problem is, you know how many phones are released throughout a year? It's ridiculous. I couldn't keep up. And I have so many different angels, and it always seemed like whatever angels I put on the phone cases weren't the ones that people were looking for. Or, oh, I've got this, you know, iPhone 5 point whatever. Do you have a case for that? And it just got to be a nightmare. So I do not have phone cases anymore. I guess I can take off my bracelet. I'm done packing orders now. Jill asked, when do we receive the free chart in the newsletter? I'm not sure what day she posted that question, but the newsletter went out Monday. So if you signed up for the newsletter after Monday, then you won't get a newsletter until the next newsletter. I didn't think about that because I like announced it on my Facebook page and in my Facebook groups to sign up for the newsletter, but I did it like Monday morning. So I thought, well, I can't have this newsletter drop, you know, 2 hours later because a lot of people will miss out on it. So I waited until Monday at 5 p.m. to post the newsletter. So if you've joined my newsletter after 5 p.m. Eastern time on Monday, then you won't be able to get that until, I mean, you won't get a newsletter until my next one, which will probably be in February when I have another release of new patterns, okay? So that was it for Q&A. No, I missed one. Tammy said, what frame do you use for your punch needle? Do you staple it to the frame? So I use stretcher bars. They're actually made for artists to stretch canvas on. So I use a 12 by 16 that fits the 13 by 15 weaver's cloth that we usually stock. It's out of stock in my Etsy shop right now, the weaver's cloth pre-cut, because I'm having a hard time getting it. The source that I was buying it from, I can't get it from them anymore. So I'm not going to be selling the pieces separately anymore until I can get, I think it's just because of COVID, they're having a hard time getting weaver's cloth. So anyways, it's a 12 by 16, but that large one, when I show later my works in progress, that large frame I have isn't, or the 12 by 16 frame I have isn't big enough for that large piece. So I will be taking that off the frame this weekend, and I'm going to have to sew some extra weaver's cloth around it and then attach it to a bigger frame. So that is probably going to pose a problem. I want to sell that pattern that I'm working on. I plan on having that be a new release, but the problem is it would be a bigger size weaver's cloth, and Kevin's going to just be so like, really? I have to cut different size for this. We're trying to streamline things and make things easier, not more difficult, but leave it to me to throw a monkey wrench in that. So anyways, yes, I staple it onto the frame, and when I'm finished, I just pull it off. I've never torn my weaver's cloth by pulling it off there. I mean, I don't take it and just rip it off. I go one staple at a time and just pull it off. Sometimes the staple comes all the way off and you can just make a little pile of them. Or sometimes it'll come off just on one side and then it'll stay stuck into the frame. So once I get all of them off, I just take some pliers and just pull all the rest of the staples out. And I've used the same frame for a long time, and you know, constantly stapling and pulling out and stapling and pulling out for different projects, and I've never had a problem with it not staying stapled. So it's in my Amazon shop, so I will have a link below to that, and it's only like 20 bucks. I mean, it's only $8, but they charge $11.50 for shipping, so it's about 20 bucks, and that's dirt cheap. So okay, we're moving on to whips. All right, works in progress. I forgot to mention that last week. So I don't know if you can even really see any progress, if you remember what it looked like before, but I've painted more on the eagle. I've painted more on the eagle. I have some of the flowers painted. I painted her flag. You know, some of these flowers, the heart, I painted the ground. So he has shoes on now and he doesn't quite look like he's wearing a dress anymore. So the progress is slow because I tend to chat a lot as I'm painting. But anyways, I can't wait to get that finished because I love it. I can't wait to hang it in the studio. It'll probably be on the workshop side of the studio because I don't have any wall space left in here on my side of the studio. The cool part, the cool side of the studio. Poor Kevin. Okay, anyways, that's it for my art whips. I want to show you the progress on my punch needle. This is coming along so good. I just love this design. So what I have done since last week is I'm outlining. So everything is outlined because in the painting, everything was kind of outlined in black and it just makes everything pop much better. So I'm outlining a lot of these things here. And then I did a bunch up here. I did all this here. I filled in all the rest of the box where the words are. And I don't know what else I did, but basically I can do a little bit more here. And then I have to take this off the frame and put it on a larger frame. So that's what I plan to do there. And then I did work on my cross stitch a little bit, you guys. Not as much as maybe I would have hoped, but hey, progress is progress. Isn't that right, guys? Give me an amen. So here's, well, let me show you what I'm stitching first. I don't think I showed you that last week. It's just a little Thanksgiving design that I designed. It's in my Etsy. It's in my Etsy shop. It's in my Etsy shop. So I started here and I basically got this one little quilt block done. And here it is. So I'm doing the stab and poke or whatever method that's called. That is not coming in. A little bit. So there you go. That's how much I got done. So basically I did quite a bit. It was the most I've done in one setting, basically. So okay, I dropped papers, but they can wait. That's it for whips. So finishes. I don't have any needlework finishes, but I do have a couple of art finishes. So in my CW Live Tuesday night class, we worked on Sophia. And here she is all done. Man, the lighting is horrible. It's so gloomy here today. So I have all this artificial light, which just doesn't. But can you see the crackle? That's why I'm holding it so close. I want you to see the crackle. I also sanded in the background where some of the verses showed up. What is that one? Angels we have heard on high. And then this one is the beginning of like Joy to the World. And anyways, I just think she's so pretty. And I love this cute little size. I love that it's round. It's so sweet. And then I have one more painting that I whipped out yesterday. I took about 40 minutes and I said, okay, the reason I did this is because I was doing an experiment. And I'm not going to get into a lot of what the experiment was about, just for the fact that it pertains to art and it's probably not interesting for you guys. But I'm making a whole video about Josonia Crackle Finish. And so before class last night, I needed to paint something and put the crackle on and see how it reacted before our 7 p.m. class last night. So it was like 5:30. I'm like, okay, I better start that painting. And anyways, So I obviously picked something very simple and very small that I could get done in a short amount of time. So this little snowman, he's super weird because I've never seen snowmen with eyeballs like that. But actually, this sketch is one of the coloring book pages for the Patreon, for my patrons. And I think it's for tier 3 and 4. Anyways, the reason I did this experiment with Crackle is because some of the students in my CW Live class on Tuesday nights, they were really struggling with the Crackle, and we were trying to get to the bottom of it. And it just so happened that one of the students, one of her really good friends, is best friends with the Josonia family. And she does like demos at, oh, what do you call those? Not conferences. Like basically like Nashville Market. We go there and we sell our stuff wholesale to the shops. Basically that kind of a thing, but for art. And anyways, so we got to the bottom of this whole thing with the Crackle, and I learned a lot. You know, I never claimed to know everything. I've been an artist for as long as I can remember. I've used Josonia Crackle medium for years. I mean, over 10 years. And I've been doing it wrong all this time. However, it's been working for me. So, so I'll move on. But I was really excited to learn the things that I did. So I have much gratitude to Donna for getting in touch with her friend Bobby. And thank you, Bobby, for getting us all straightened out on how to use Josonia Crackle medium. So anyway, I'll give you a little close up because the Crackle on this turned out awesome. And I showed this in Patreon, and they said, we want that as cross stitch. So we'll see. It might be their December cross stitch chart. So that's it for finishes. Now, the problem with doing live video, I can't like insert pictures and stuff. So I'm not doing FlosStube live every week because I'm just not. I do like the convenience of it. I see there's lots of comments and I can't wait to read them all and do a little chat with you guys later. But like people send me their finishes and I want to share that with you guys. And somebody did mention in the video last week that you can purchase some sort of software or something. And while you're live, you can insert pictures on the screen. And I thought, oh my gosh, do I really want to learn something new like that? And I don't know. So I'll go live. Like today is a perfect day to do a FlosStube live because I'm short on time. I really need to get up there and start cooking things for Thanksgiving. So this way I don't have to edit and I don't have to, you know, upload it because when I'm done, it's up. Some people mentioned in the comments that they didn't like the thought of me going live for FlosStube because they don't like when people stop and talk to people and answer questions because that would be boring. People watching the replay, they don't want to hear that. And then I think some other people thought that once it's done, once the live video is done, they couldn't watch it. And that's not the case either. It will save and post later. It takes forever for whatever reason for it to actually post the replay, but it will be there. Okay, haul. So when I was at the retreat, you know, all Michelle Rudy has to do is say, oh, this is a great book. I think I got online and ordered it right there while we were sitting there talking. I think I got it like a couple days after I got back, a few days after I got back. I forgot to show it last week. Anyways, Creative Stitching by Sue Spargo. This book is so inspiring, and she just shows all these different stitches, and I just love it. So if you are looking for a very thorough book, I mean, beaded whipped chain stitch. I mean, they have everything. For beading turkey work, like look. So anyway, great book. It was very reasonable. Then I'm so excited. So last year, Kristen, my sweet soul sister, she bought me a planner. Oh, I forget this lady's name. Oh, come on, Teresa. Erin Condren. Condren? Yes, Erin Condren. So she bought me for 2020 a planner, and I loved it so much that I wanted to continue using it. So I bought one for myself, and I had it personalized. Anyways, it says she designed a life she loved, and it's super glary and shiny, and you can't really see it, but it's like gold on black. I mean, it's gorgeous. But I personalized it. It says Teresa Kogut, and then it says 2021. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. It can't be any worse than 2020, right, guys? I mean, 2020 business-wise was awesome. It's just the whole, you know, being away from family and all that we all went through, and some are still going through. So anyway, I'm super excited to have my new planner. All right, the best haul of all. So I told you guys a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago that I was sending out fabric to have made into project bags. And Helen, I don't know, is it Helen Beebe or Helen Beebe? She's the owner of Creations by Mary Rose. She has an Etsy shop. Hold on, there's a sticker on this. I'm going to hold her card up, and you guys can screenshot it if you want to, or write the info down. But here's the front of her business card. Creations by Mary Rose, and then here is her information. I'll also have her stuff linked below. I'm really trying to hold that still, but I'm not doing a good job of it. So Helen, you did such a nice job. Oh my God, they're just so cute. So let me close my computer so I have a little bit more room here. So I told her, if you have extra, like once you make one of the bags, if you have extra to make another one, go ahead, and then I can maybe use those as gifts or giveaways or something. So I have two of the same, and this is my Dashing Through the Snow fabric with all the cute snowmen on it. I love that she has this little tag. It says, My Lady, creationsbymaryrose.com. And it's just so nice, so well done. It's got a little charm that says, Made with Love. Anyway, super cute. So I have two of those. And oh my goodness. Okay, look at the back. It's just a cool navy plaid with stars in it. And then the front has those teeny tiny little snowmen tossed all over. So cute. Does this have the same tag? Yep, Made with Love. I love it. So nicely made. So then she gave me two extra ones, and she said, you can keep them or give them away. She just wanted to show an example of the kind of bags she carries in her Etsy shop. And I don't want to be stingy, but I love these. And so it's going to be hard to part with them. I don't know if I'm going to give them away or not. I might give one of them away. Excuse me. Here's the first one. It says this fabric in the center, the red fabric, says Merry Christmas. But look at this retro Christmas fabric on the back. Do you not just love that? It's so retro. I love it. And then this next one, it's just plain beautiful. I don't even know. There's no words. It's just gorgeous. Winter birds. Look how pretty. So anyway, make sure you go and check out Helen's amazing project bags. That's it for haul, guys. We are cruising. Okay, I'm not doing any of my other things like weekly whims and new and Etsy and all that jazz because I don't have anything to show. I wanted to show some ornaments that Ryan has in the Etsy shop. They're so pretty, but I couldn't find them over there. But yet they're still on sale on Etsy. So I'll put a link below to them, but they're so pretty. Matter of fact, when he uncovered them, when he was going through all of my licensed products, I was like, oh, don't sell those. I want those. And I'm like, no, I have to rein myself in. I have so many Christmas ornaments that have been made from my artwork, and it's like, no, just, you can't keep everything, you know? So they're really pretty. Okay. The giveaway for last week was a pattern of your choice, and you had to say, I've got this. And I did the YouTube random comment picker. And Sherry DeYoung, you are the winner. It says you gave us a wonderful reminder to say, I've got this. This is going to be so good for me to remember during these times. Thank you, Teresa, and God bless. So there you go. Just so you guys can see, it's legit. So congratulations, Sherry. If you can email me at teresakogut3@gmail.com, I will get your pattern in the mail to you. So just go to my Etsy shop and pick out a cross stitch or punch needle pattern. And then this week's giveaway is going to be, ooh, I probably shouldn't say that since I'm doing live. Whatever. Tilly's House. It's one of my new releases. I'll show you the finished piece because that's always more fun to see the finished piece. Little Tilly goat. And our card this week is, I don't remember the name. I think it's called, I did two of them, Angels in Flight. I think this is Angels in Flight with Hearts or something. Anyways, it says, think abundant thoughts. See yourself living an abundant life. God has created more than enough for everyone. Tune into your abundance. And that's kind of fitting, isn't it, for Thanksgiving, because, you know, the whole harvest and the bounty and the abundance of food that we eat. But I love that because I love especially where it says God has created more than enough for everyone. You know, that's why I don't ever look as an artist or designer as other artists and designers as competition. I don't think of it that way because there's enough for everyone. Not everybody likes my style of art or my cross stitch designs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's enough for everyone. There's enough people. There's enough food. There's enough for everyone. And so, like, don't look at someone that does the same thing as you as your competition. I think that's the wrong way to look at it. Okay, so your word is going to be, or your phrase is going to be, how about abundance? Just the word abundant, or abundance. And you can just use the word, or you can use it in a sentence, or however you want to do that. So that's it, you guys. That went really fast. I don't even know how long we've been on here. Oh, about a half an hour. It says 28 minutes and 43 minutes, or 43 seconds. Okay, so we are pretty much done. I want to, before we just chit chat, and I'll look at the questions, if there's any questions or comments that I want to, if we want to do some visiting. But I just want to say thank you for being here. If you're watching live, I really appreciate that. And if you couldn't catch me live, it'll be on the replay. No big deal. And then next week, I'll probably be back to doing one of my regular floss tubes, pre-recorded and cut video. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget, create every day. Bye. And if you're sticking around to chit chat, then let's do it. All right. So I'm trying to find it on my computer here on my laptop. So give me a second. Okay, guys. There we go. I'm so excited to do more like punch with me videos and things like that. It's just been really crazy busy, and haven't been able to do that. So trade shows. Okay, hold on. Hi, Nancy and Heather and Barb, Lisa, Paducah, Kentucky, Indiana, Arizona, Lisa. You're cooking for Thanksgiving and watching me. Doesn't get much better than that. Well, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, that's what I need to be doing. I need to be up there cooking too. Mendy, the newsletter freebie is awesome. I'm stitching on it now while I'm watching. You are on fire, girl. Mendy, you're just like stitching everything. I love it. I love that design. It's so cute. Nancy, you're having trouble getting the newsletter free pattern to print. It ends up being giant and only a small portion of the chart. Can anyone help? I'm downloading to a PC and printing on an Epson. So I always find that so strange that it prints that way for some people. I don't know why. I take it into Pages and I, which is it's for a Mac, but it's a publishing program. And then I export it as a PDF. Now, I thought a PDF is a PDF. It's supposed to print and be the same for everyone. Check your settings too when you go to print it. Scroll down before you hit print. There should be a window that pops up. And before you hit print, make sure you print it scale to fit is usually what it says. And if you click that, it will print it so that it fits on a piece of paper. Try that. Heather said, what about pop sockets? It might limit the size of the design, but would fit most phones. It would really limit the size of the design, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Pop sockets, the thing with that is it would have to be a licensing deal, because when I designed the phone cases, that was through like a print on demand and drop ship type thing. And they don't have pop sockets, but those are cool. I had one on my old phone and I really liked it, and I just I don't have one on the phone that I have currently. Mandy said she printed it from her phone straight to her network printer. She also saved in iBooks in case she wanted to stitch it from the app. That might be an option for you, Nancy. Download an app where you can actually just look at it on your phone. That might be an idea. Also, Nancy, maybe shoot me an email and I can email it to you and see if it works that way. I can't imagine it would be any different, but I mean, you really never know with those things. So what else? Thank you. And Margaret said she loves Sophia. Linda Stitches says, what a cute snowman. Weird is good. I like weird too. I used to have a shirt I wore, a t-shirt when I was in high school, and it said, why be normal? And I fit that like to a T. I loved that then and I love it now. My dog is weird and I love that about her. I mean, we all have weird, quirky things about us. I think that's what makes us unique, and I like that part of people. Rainy here in Michigan, eh? Yes, it is rainy and cold. Hey, Colleen. That works? Oh, so Nancy, you figured it out. Awesome. See, I'm behind here. All right. Hey, Becca. Hi, Amy. You're doing cleaning? Yeah, I need to do that too. Heather. Is the Punchneedle project in your new book? No. The one you showed today that you're working on? No, it's not. Also, tell me again what type of needle you use. Yeah, I use the CTR, the green handled CTR. We just got those back in stock. They were back ordered. By the way, about the Punchneedle book. So there's 15 designs in there. I've only punched 2 out of the 15. My goal is to have them all punched within the next, I don't know, 6 to 8 months. Some of them are really small, so I should be able to do at least 2 a month because I want you to see them finished. I think that will be helpful to people that want to purchase the book. And then there's a couple that are a little more complicated and larger that will take me a little bit longer to punch. But I think if I can do 2 to 3 of them a month, I'll have it done in no time, all of them. And so just, stay tuned for that. This large one that I'm doing now, I should have that done probably in a week because there's not that much left to do. So I'm hoping to have it done. And then I'm starting an angel because I've had people ask me to do a punch needle angel forever. So but as I'm working on the angel, I'm also going to be working on the punch needle book pieces. And I'm just going to float back and forth between the two. I do still plan on working on cross stitch. I don't know if I'm going to continue to work on the Thanksgiving one because now it's like Christmas season. And I don't even think I'm going to work on a Christmas one. And I'll tell you why. Because this time of year is so busy that I don't think I'd get it done before Christmas either. So I think I'm just going to work on something that's kind of everyday, something that maybe I'll release. Maybe it'll be a new release for February or something. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I think I'm going to move on. Okay, where did I leave off? Let's see. Cheryl gets us lost coming home from Acorns and Threads. We live here. Are you at Acorns and Threads now? I would love to visit that shop. I would love it. Okay, well, I think I've reached the end of all of the comments. Does anybody have any more questions or anything? Otherwise, I'm going to go because I need to get up there. I need to make stuff. I need to do cleaning. And, it's funny because our everyday dinner eating, so in my kitchen, it's just this big, huge island that overlooks the rest of the house, like the living room and everything, the great room, whatever you want to call it. So, and then the stove is there, the stove and oven. And then behind me is all countertops with the sink and the refrigerator and everything. So when we eat dinner, we usually just sit at that bar because it's just the boys and Kevin and I. By the way, Ryan's moving out December 2nd, wiping tears. And then Kyle is living with us now. He's in between where he was living and where he's moving into. So he's got a little time there. So it's kind of cool. I have both the boys home right now. Anyways, we just eat at the bar. It's just easier. Then I have a table that is in like this little nook area, and it really seats maybe 5 people comfortably. So I said to Kevin, I still wouldn't mind eating down in the basement, like setting up a long table so that we can all eat together. Because whenever Bree and Eric and their grandkids come over to eat, it's like half of us are sitting at the bar and half of us are sitting at the table. And I'm like, it's Thanksgiving. I think we should all be sitting together. So depends on if we can get everything back in order in our basement after painting. So anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving, even if it's just you and your spouse. Just make it special in some way. And then, spend the rest of the day stitching or doing something that brings you joy and happiness. I know a lot of people are, not able to get with their family members for Thanksgiving like they normally would. And, that can bring a lot of sadness. And this is the time of year that, grieving the loss of a loved one is very difficult. My husband's parents both passed away around this time of year. My dad passed away like the week before Christmas. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. It's really hard this time of year, but especially on top of it, we have this pandemic. So, but I want to leave on a bright and happy note. So yeah, I mean, even if it's just you and your husband, bake all the things, make a huge dinner like you would if you had the entire family over, because leftovers for Thanksgiving, the best, right? Go ahead and bake that pie, even if it's just you and your husband, or, it's a small gathering. And then, play some games or do some stitching or just make it joyful, because no matter how different this year is for Thanksgiving, there's a lot more people suffering, worse off than us. So let's keep that in mind and be grateful for what we do have. All right, guys, I love y'all. And I think that's it. Bye now.